I think my accomplishment is just that point, and I don't know, people say, oh, it was so brave or whatever, is that I got to that point in my life, by hook or by crook, to go, I'm gonna follow my heart into what I wanna do, with no hope for financial, like I'm gonna be a star, or I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be rich. I just wanted to go to California. Oh no, I sold a car to get a one-way ticket. I got a one bag. I knew nobody. I slept in my car for a month, and
Didn't
for a
you
while.
say you sold your car?
No. I had to get it was a rent-a-wreck, and I remember it was a red Ford Festiva with a racing stripe and gray fake fur seats.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it's just there's something about that. My proudest accomplishment is just having the faith in myself to just do whatever you want to do. I don't care if you want to be an electrician. Go, I'm going to be an electrician. I'm going to be the best damn electrician I can be. Or I'm going to go to college. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a plumber. It doesn't matter. That leap of faith in yourself. And I was a kid who struggled with confidence and esteem growing up. Always trying to be everything for everybody else. And it was the one time in my life. And to be truthful, it was the time when I was just kind of I fed that beast so long to be something that I got to it going, oh shit, I don't want to be this person doing reporting. And I had signed with an agency that handled Peter Jennings and all these big famous, and I was like, oh, I don't want it. I don't, and it was that tipping point, like I either go and follow this because there'll be more money and, and I can move my way up. And it was just, I'd rather be, I remember making this thing, I'd rather be broke and happy than have a job, a profession.
That you weren't happy with.
That I wasn't happy with.
Absolutely.
That's my proudest accomplishment. And it's been so difficult for me, and he knows, I'm the kind of person to a fault, I have a very, very big problem with patting myself on the back.
Yeah.
But that's one, and I
Is it because
realized
your arms don't quite reach like mine?
well, I'm just so muscular.
Issues.
It's just
So muscular.
just so muscular. No, but I think that's the thing, and I think that's something that I from this point forward in my life is like to tell people, hey, recognize yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a jerk about it, but privately or just inside, just recognize your accomplishments, your achievements, pat yourself on the back and then set a goal to pat yourself again down the road.
Absolutely.
As you go into your 30s, have goals that you set, and all along the way, know that you did this. You made these things happen. You guys, your achievements as you move forward is like something that you did, because then the people around you, they will gain from your success of you treating yourself right.
I've talked about this before. I think I posted something on Twitter the other day. The difference between cockiness and confidence. And I think it often gets mistaken for one another.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And
Cockiness is the absence of confidence.
yeah, or the facade.
I like that. That should be a bumper sticker.
I believe.
It's one of my pet peeves when there's someone who is confident in what they're doing and is finally feeling confident in where they are in life or how they're performing or whatever it is, where to an outside perspective it could be confused as cockiness. This person's being cocky.
Sure.
No, they're actually proud of who they are and what they're doing and what they're accomplishing. So to call them cocky almost just takes that completely away from them.
An insecure person would do that.
Yeah, and so that's just one of my pet peeves I see, especially on online media.
I believe it starts with this. Being able to, 2 words, just say thank you. Somebody used to bust my balls because we'd, get done playing playing in a band, we'd get done with our set and be like, great job tonight, man. Be like, oh, no, man, the sound was off and my voice cracked in this one thing. And someone finally put it to me in these terms. He said, modesty is the epitome of arrogance. Modesty is the epitome of arrogance.
Yeah, because it's almost insulting to that guy that just complimented you.
It says my opinion is more important than yours. So just say thank you and go, thank you, and leave it at that.
It's hard though.
It's one of the reasons why I do conventions, is because it's the hardest thing for me to do is to take a compliment. And when you've been a part of some really incredible projects like he and I both have, if someone comes up to you and says, The Last of Us changed my life. It's one of the greatest things I've ever experienced. I want to go, you really need to be telling that to Neil Druckmann, or you need to be.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that go into this.
And just go, what I need to be right now is just a vessel to receive your gratitude and just go, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so glad that
So
means
glad
something.
you enjoyed it. Yeah.
And that's it. And I feel like once you do that, and if you don't have people in your life that are saying, good job, way to go, I'm proud of you, you're doing awesome, you need to examine the people that are in your sphere, and there needs to be a culling of people, because if you don't have, not sycophants, but I'm talking about people that are constantly going, I'm really proud of you.
We'll lift you up.
That will lift you up as opposed to bring you down, then what that means is you're trying to prove yourself to all the people that don't matter. And there's some people that need to get out of your life.
Yeah.
You guys ever thought about being therapists?
Yeah, or
you ever thought about
this
being
is
a
the best TED Talk I've ever
I know.
to,
Thank you for coming to my head.
No, but it's
I've ever listened to.
It should be read.
It's
And
important.
Should be.
It's important. I mean, he and I talked about this at length. And I was one of the worst at it too. I mean, I just, I would legitimize everything. I would marginalize everything. Somebody said, "Wow, nice car." Like, oh, it's a lease.
Yeah.
Like I didn't deserve.
You don't
those
want to be
things.
seeming like you're showing off.
Right.
Yeah,
or
but
that you-
there's a certain point. It's like, no, you're not showing off. It's just, it's like whether it's
Acknowledge their
anything,
opinion.
acknowledge them, and yeah, just the cockiness and confidence. I remember I've met so many actors, I've met some names, big names, and you meet one and you just go, what is it about makes that guy just a jerk? He's doing so well. He's got millions. And then I remember I met Anthony Hopkins, and he was so human and so just grabbed me by the arm and said, so what have you been working on lately? And so this is somebody who I respect more than anything. And then you go, well, wait a minute, that's confidence. That guy is cocky.
Right.
That guy has something to prove. And what I look back on was somebody like Anthony Hopkins. There was such a calmness, and I know I'm good. I know how to do what I'm doing. I'm glad you enjoy it, and look you in the eye and tell you. So what about you? What have you been? And he just was so human, nothing to prove, confidence. And the other guys, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna move her a shaker, and you're like, just
Cockiness.
like, ugh.
Cockiness needs you to believe in me. Confidence is I believe in me.
Put it on a license plate.
Wow.
That's a big. If you have like a European license plate, you can
Right,
do that.
there you go.
Right.
Oh,
license plates.
You're digging into the box of
Or a
issues.
bumper.
We're gonna do a box of issues to end the show. We have people
It's
write
kind
in.
of, I think it's
Right up.
right up the alley of
Right
what
up
we're
your
kind of talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one's from someone named Sasha C. And Sasha writes, "Hello. First
Great way to
off,
start.
Hey, Sasha.
Great way to start.
First off, thank you for making this podcast. I listen to it religiously and hope to start my own this year." Oh, awesome. I just have one question. How do you feel when you took the big leap in your careers? For example, one of my friends quit his job to focus full-time on his acting career. In my case, I want to quit my current job, but I am nervous about making the career change. How did you guys feel? And what advice would you give to someone who is ready but very cautious? You spoke to this a little bit just before.
Go.
Yeah. For me, I kind of, I used to think that I'd hit rock bottom. There's nowhere but up. And living in a basement apartment in New York City, 122nd in Amsterdam, if anybody knows where it is, with
Is that even in New York?
the rats crawling around outside the
The rat was your landlord.
The rats were like,
Say,
hey,
on your rent.
Yeah.
late on your rent. Hey, we're coming in. We're coming in. We nibble. And fuck that, they bite. They flat out bite. No.
Better than the cockroach.
So, but when I used to feel like, it's like, well, I had nothing to lose, but I did. I did have a lot. I had stuff to lose. But I found that it's terrible, and parents hate when I say this, but there's no plan B. There's really no plan B. It's like, well, I'm going to give it 6 months and see how it goes. Well, it's not. It's not going to work most of the time. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work if you give yourself. I'm going to give a timeline that I have to be making this kind of money, but
Right.
it is a leap of faith in yourself that I believe. I remember the success is in the journey. The success is in the trying. If you can look in the mirror and say, if I don't try, am I going to be okay in 15, 20 years that I never gave it a shot? And if you think you'll be okay because you have a nice house and you have a job and a family and whatever, then don't do it. Don't. They used to say, if you can do anything else, do it. And the point is, it's in your heart. Can you do anything else? I remember calling buddies from Warner Brothers lot. I'm like, back in New England, I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. I just read for Friends. They're like, you're gonna be on the show? I'm like, no, I didn't get it, but I'm on Warner Brothers lot.
I'm looking up at the water tower right
The
now.
water tower. And
for it.
guess what? I can walk around and they don't ask any questions. And I would walk around the studio and just to kind of see what it was. And then I ended up shooting 2 television shows on that lot. Wow. You know, I've been there countless times for some voiceover stuff. Did a movie there. I mean, it just comes around. For me, it was just, again, it's just, if you're doing it, there's so many people who would dream to go on an audition. People ask, they go, well, how do you handle a rejection? You're never bad if you've gotten to that point. If you go and you, how do I put this? It's like you're never wrong. You're just not the right person for that job.
That's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people.
Yeah, but they have to understand that. But it's not you.
Yeah.
If you sit there and go, it's not personal. They needed a guy who has. I once lost a job to a guy who had blue eyes. Because I'm brown. It was as simple as that. The blue eyes.
Something you can change.
We almost didn't want you on the show because
Right.
I
we
know.
only could have one brown.
But the
eye.
context made my eyes water, and that would look like I was crying the whole time. But I appreciate you letting me use my beady little brown
There's a great
chocolate nuggets.
There's a great character actor. He's one of those guys named Glenn Morshower, and Texas boy, and he taught me a great lesson, which is he used to play racquetball with a buddy of his every Friday. And on the weekend that he was getting married, he said, hey, I can't play racquetball because his in-laws were coming in. And so he didn't say, I have to audition for my in-laws. He said, I'm going to meet my in-laws. And the distinction between those two definitions is everything. Because audition means that you're going in to try to prove yourself. And a meeting is, I'm walking in to show you what the role looks
That's
like.
so
he
well
wasn't
put.
trying out for the role of the son-in-law. He's
Yeah.
like, this is who she's marrying me. This is who I am. You go in and you show them what the role looks like. They can disagree with you, but you at least go in there and you do your work and you leave.
Show them what the role looks like as you.
As you.
Through you.
And you always say this really good as far as like, I never try to play a character. I'm me as a doctor. I'm me as a cop. I'm me.
That's when things changed for me. I remember going in and I was reading for something, and let's say the character's name was Kevin, and the guy and my buddy sat there and he goes, "Don't go in playing Kevin the lawyer. Play you as the lawyer who happens to be named Kevin."
Right.
And it seems like such a simple thing.
Kevin.
By the way. Not a good name for me. No, but it's simple, but it's profound in your thinking and how you handle it. I've never heard that.
I love that, right?
But I love
great.
that. It's like you're not auditioning. My only other favorite one was Bill Nighy. When you get to a certain Bill Nighy, the famous actor, he will go into auditions.
I always thought you meant
apparently,
the science guy.
And sits down. No, Bill Nighy, Davy Jones
Yes.
in the Pirates movies. And there's a famous story that he will go into a meeting. I don't call them auditions anymore. I call them meeting. Got a meeting. But you go in and he sat down, and the producers and directors and everybody's there. Bill, all right, and he has his sides, and he
good.
sits down and just crosses his legs. And before they could say anything, he said, "So how can I help you?" Because
That's
if you
confidence.
really, truly think about it,
That's confidence.
you're there to help them, potentially. And then if an actor can sit there and go,
How may I be
I'm-
of help? That's how he
yeah,
says it.
how may I be of help? Like, come in like, so you know who I am, or you've called me in because of my picture, if I haven't proven, or my resume, or you saw me in that little thing, or whatever. So you know kind of what I am. So tell me what you're looking for, and let me see if we can marry this up together. If not, it's fine. The only other bit of advice I ever give anybody like that is don't begrudge other people's success.
Yeah.
Because it's not personal that that person got it over you or whatever.
Well, the saying I love is comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
Which is
Comparison's
100% true. And I've had to remind myself of that dozens of times.
Sure.
And that's okay. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. It's okay, we can say these things, but it took years for me to truly believe it.
Epictetus, all his opinion.
So back to that
Sarah's question.
specific question.
I love the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, right? He's sitting there and he's holding his dad's journal, and it says, "A leap from the lion's head." And so he's standing there and he's looking at the abyss, and he puts one foot out and he just puts all of his weight forward, and his foot finds what looks, like as emptiness, but you see from the side, there's been a bridge there the entire time. And I think that, whether it's acting, music, any endeavor in your life, at one point is going to require you to take a lion's leap, or a leap from the lion's head. And the difference is, I agree with that. If you can do anything else, do this, because this is more volatile in the stock market. But if you don't care if you fall, if you're worried about the fall, wait. It's the fact that I have to do this. The reason why Indy put his foot forward is because he knew that if he didn't, his dad was going to die. And so sometimes life will push you to a place where you're like, I don't have any other, I have to do this. If I don't, my head's going to explode.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm going to sit there. My 90-year-old self is speaking to me going, take the leap.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember, I truly believe there's no such thing as failure
Right.
if you've tried.
Right.
It may not work out
The way
where
you think.
where you think it's supposed to be. Listen, I came to LA and I had done theater and stand up, and I was going to go and be on a sitcom. Whoa, we're going to be on a sitcom. My first job was a soap opera, and all my friends laughed. Like, what do you do? You're a doctor on a soap opera? I'm like, hey, they're paying me. I don't care.
Right.
That went 5 years, and then I didn't. People said, "Well, did you always know
We're gonna have to
video
check this
games were
list.
video games were going to
they're
be
great.
video games were going to be a big hit." My career has not gone at all the path, but I was willing to take the oars out of the boat, out of the water, put them in the boat, and just go, "All right, let's see what happens." Yeah. There are a lot of rapids, but the rapids are fun. So you
Hell
go
yeah.
through those things. It's once you take that step from the lion's head, like you said, once you take that leap, you're a success.
Yep.
In your heart, you should be a success. If it works out financially or over time, and you are continue to do that, that's great. If you at one point say, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm quitting the business. I hate that word. No, I'm quitting. It's like, no, I'm just going to take myself to a different direction because I've tried this to a certain point where it's not fulfilling me anymore. So I'm going to move over to this part of my life now. You can reinvent yourself in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s sometimes. So I think once you put take that leap of faith in yourself, I think you're successful. And that's where that's why it's no plan B. Try it or suffer the regret. And I hate regret. That's
Regret's
the one thing
worse
I
than
try to
anything.
avoid.
Was it Ponce de Leon who said when they arrived in the New World, they burned the ships? It's like there's no way home. We're here. Whether we live or die, this is it for us.
Yeah, but he said it in Spanish.
I feel like everything you
Fuego
guys say,
and
we just need
diez.
to be snapping.
I know, this is the most inspirational episode.
I don't
we've
think
had.
there's anything I could possibly add to that.
Nope.
You guys have said it.
Definitely
perfectly.
not.
But back to the cousin fucking.
Yes, let's always go back to
Maybe we'll talk about that in the post show.
Yeah.
We're actually
Terry,
at time.
I'm gonna call you, buddy.
So we're going to have to wrap things
call
up.
you.
But we do have a post show with you guys that we're going to be answering another question for the audience. I can't express my gratitude enough for you guys being here and for being on the
really
show.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Hopefully we could get you guys back in the future.
Yes.
You're some of my favorite people, even you, Nolan.
Even me?
You
You're my favorite
especially.
person. on this.
I'm like moss. I grow on people
You too.
and trees. Just the north side. Get it? Because my name. I didn't plan that.
That's good.
Right?
Good one.
Cheers, my
Cheers.
friends. Thank you so
Cheers.
much for being here.
Thank you.
Guys. Clink, 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 clink.
Hey, YouTube, if you like this video, Troy, what should they do?
Why, they should subscribe. Who's that little button there? They made a nice shiny one for just that purpose.
And check out the other videos.